Yes, the free VDM protests continued today unabatedly. Of course, it started yesterday. Of course, we are all aware of the fact that very dark man Martin Ose was arrested on Friday by the EFCC, I mean Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. And since then, he has not been charged, to court. Neither has he been charged with any form of charges. Of course, people have been waiting to listen to what EFCC are going to say, the offense he committed. And up to now, we've not heard anything from them. They only debunked the news carried by CNN that is a fake news. And up to now, they have not told the masses what VDM, the offense VDM committed. When he was arrested on Friday, everybody was thinking that by Monday that EFCC was going to come out and let us know the offense he committed and probably charge him to court. And up to now, no charges have been brought against him. And we have not heard anything. They've not said anything, whether they are releasing him, whether they are charging him to court, the offenses he's been alleged to have committed. We didn't hear anything from EFCC. Well, that is Nigeria for you. There are so many people out there that have committed noticeable crime. Politicians that have embezzled money, politicians that have mismanaged state fund that is meant for the masses, and the EFCC could not bring them to book. The EFCC could not even arrest them. VDM, an innocent man, because he's an activist talking against most of the things they do, and today they arrested him in a manner that looks like a kidnap. Well, today on Arise TV, Rufai blasted the EFCC. Rufai gave it to them wotowoto. So I want to make you listen to Rufai. Just watch this video. May you hear what Rufai talk. Rufai gave it to them. Of course, Rufai. He's not apologetic about it. He speaks his mind. He's one of those journalists in this country that we are proud of. One of those journalists that can come up and speak their mind and speak truth to power, irrespective of who is involved. So just watch this video and see how Rufai responded and how he spoke to EFCC. Thank you so very much. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a video, you'll be notified. Thank you.
Well, quite the protest here, Rufai. But the story that came out yesterday was that, EFCC had released a statement saying that, the very dark man was going to be charged to court. He was petitioned by several people and now they've debunked it, which I felt it was quite disrespectful of the EFCC to be able to debunk news as fake news on their Twitter handle without telling us what really is going on with VDM. Let me take this tweet before I come to you, Rufai. This person wrote, as of now, the EFCC has provided no official statement, no clear charges, no legal justification, just silence and detention. That is not how a just system operates. We must stop criminalizing boldness. We must stop punishing the voices that refuse to kneel until there is lawful justification and due process. This arrest is unjust. Rufai.
So, please, EFCC should save themselves all of this embarrassment. They put fake news on people's tweets yesterday. They even put fake news on my tweets. EFCC, I have facts. Because I also spoke to sources in the EFCC that said the same thing the BBC reported. And if they want to challenge me further, I have facts. If they want to challenge me further, I have facts that I spoke to sources in the EFCC that said that. The problem, what is going on with them is that there's a contention internally. At first, they want to get the charges out first before they release a statement. That is what is happening. And the process of getting those charges out is still delaying. And my advice has always been, do not allow for an information lacuna. And that's why when I was speaking to those sources, those were my exact words. Don't allow for an information lacuna. accept, and also the fact that it was a multi-security agency exercise that happened. So, and that was why I reposted that story yesterday. I reposted that story when I saw it of the BBC because I thought, oh, they had even come out to take a position on this. Vanguard too also spoke yesterday to some EFCC sources that said the same thing. In fact, they even set a date where it's going to be released. But I, Rufai Oseni, can authoritatively confirm to you, I spoke to EFCC sources. And if they want to challenge me, I would provide my facts. And that was what they said. So maybe in the coming days, they'll be able to release, what is it called, a statement with the charges against him.
Yes.
Every state, in fact, every media house, TV station reported, most TV stations reported
Yes, I saw
it yesterday.
everywhere, yeah. It's quite
Secondly,
viral.
this constantly keeping this man, and the way he was arrested is in gestaporic style. I'm not saying people cannot write petitions against him. It's for you to investigate the petition. Let the man have his day in court. And that's why you're seeing all these protests.
Yes.
That's just pure and simple.
And like I said earlier, I feel like it is quite disrespectful for the EFCC not to release a statement, given the fact that there's all of these, outrage out there, people out there, young voices out there protesting against the sort of abduction, as it were. I'll take this tweet from Atiku Abubakar. He actually has reacted to VDM's arrest in a post on X. He described the arrest as a blatant abuse of power by the Tinubu administration and condemned the activists' continued detention without formal charges. His tweet reads, "The arrest and continued detention of social media influencer and outspoken critic Martin Osher, widely known as VeryDarkman, by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is yet another blatant abuse of power by the Tinubu administration, which has made political repression a hallmark of its rule. Even more alarming is the fact that Martin Osher remains in custody without any formal charges is a flagrant violation of his constitutional rights and a chilling reminder of the growing authoritarianism under this government. This latest episode is part of a disturbing pattern, the Tinubu regime's relentless assault on the fundamental freedoms of Nigerians, particularly those who dare to speak truth to power or align with the political opposition. We must not allow state-sponsored repression to become the defining character of our democracy, while security agencies are quick to target dissenters and critics, often in complete disregard of due process. Political loyalists with credible allegations of corruption walk free, trading psychophancy for immunity. The Tinubu administration's systematic crackdown on opposition voices is nothing short of disgraceful. It is an affront to democratic norms and must be fiercely condemned and resisted. A quick comment from you before we move to the next story.
I mean, I think long and short of it is that the public deserves an explanation.
Yes.
He's obviously a gentleman who has a massive following, and people have come out. Remember, we took videos of people who have been impacted by him positively. So there are people who are worried about him. And the longer the AFCC takes to speak, the more the window of legality becomes questionable.
Yes.
So it's really important for us at this stage to be able to preserve, Dr. Abati might correct me, it's called habeas corpus, right? Which is around unlawful detention.
Yeah.
Because we can't degenerate to a country where, people, now we've set a precedent where
Yes.
people can just be detained
Right.
and held without explanation. I was just reading a statement from Deji Adeyanju, I believe from this morning, where he's saying that he is yet to receive, as the lawyer, an official petition from the EFCC. So he still doesn't know, in his own words, he still doesn't know why his client is being detained.
Oh, but I thought he released a statement, the law firm released a statement saying that it was cyber stalking that he was being arrested for. He was being detained for. Yeah, we read that full statement yesterday.
new one this
And that's why
No,
EFCC
they
should
did.
release
No,
a message.
EFCC did show them a document, according to
Okay.
DJJ, saying that he was held on the grounds of cyber stalking.
So you can,
that's
you,
what
so
it
you
is
can
at
see
this point.
that EFCC now has now shot themselves in the foot, because if Deji Adeyanju claims they showed them a document
Yes, in
that
there.
showed that talked about cyber stalking, and they said the BBC story was false. You can see EFCC are the ones lying.
Yeah, BBC
because that was what BBC reported.
No, BBC is reporting multiple
and
petitions,
including cyber stalking.
Okay.
So that means you can see EFCC in coming out to say fake news to the BBC was wrong. So you can see why they are not correct with their facts.
I think we just plead with the EFCC at this point that
come out with a statement. Don't leave an information like that.
Lay out the facts.
That's
just to cool the tempers.
All right. I mean, like I said, the rule of law must be obeyed, and we demand a written response as to the detention of Very Dark Man.